Hi, this is Luminary Zion, and I'm diabetic in Japan. Hi everybody, so I've noticed that several of my subscribers are people who don't have diabetes themselves, but are just interested in what it's like for me with diabetes in Japan anyway. And I'd like to put this out there that I've mostly been describing everything from the perspective of someone with diabetes. But I know some of the things that I'm talking about might not really make sense if you're not really immersed in the diabetes experience. So if you'd like me to take a step back and cover some of the more basic concepts of, what is diabetes, there's type 1 and type 2 and stuff like that, then comment down below and send me a message. Private message is fine. You can also reach me on Twitter if you want to send requests there as well. It's Luminary Zion, same as here. And for today, though, I'd like to go ahead and continue with my existing trend, which today I'd like to talk about where do I get my information. I've already kind of made it clear that I don't get very much information from my doctor here in Japan. I don't have much of a support network here in Japan. There's not like a big community where people get together and do things for diabetes. There's no diabetic educators. There's no anything, really. I'm pretty much on my own. And if you're in the same situation that I am, where you're diagnosed with diabetes in Japan and you're still trying to gain all of this information, you're probably going to want some advice. Where can you get this information? Now, there's a lot of information on the internet, so I'll admit that I've certainly spent plenty of time just Googling on the internet. Go to Google and search for anything that I need to know. But there has been one very critical resource that has definitely helped to clarify a lot of things and introduce search topics that I never would have thought of to search for on my own. And that's been the Integrated Diabetes Services group. And they're based in the United States, but they're willing to do Skype meetings with me. So most of the time when you have a consultant, you have to go meet them in person, but there's no such thing like that in Japan. So having this ability to schedule Skype sessions with my representative at Integrated Diabetes has been really a lifesaver. And they're real people. They'll sit down and talk with you. It's not like really clinical or anything. They'll answer questions and discuss things with you and explore things as you're learning as well. So they're really, really smart, really well-educated people that can help you through any of the troubles that you're experiencing, from nutrition and what can I eat while I'm out here, or no one's helping me with my insulin ratio. How can I figure out what my insulin ratio is? Can you help me with that? And they'll help you with that. They'll help you to figure out all of the things that someone with diabetes should have at their disposal, which they're not getting from the local medical system. So I definitely recommend, if you're looking for someone to help you understand your condition and what's going on, and you speak English, then contact Integrated Diabetes. My personal representative there is Jennifer, and she's been terrific. She's really fun, and if you get to talk with her, she's really especially good with nutrition and some of the more personal aspects. One other benefit of Integrated Diabetes, my understanding, is that all of the staff either have diabetes or have someone in their close family with diabetes. So they're very personal and they know what it's like. They can share that experience with you. You feel like you can really communicate with them. And if you do decide to reach out to them, mention me, Luminary Zion. I'm talking about getting info, but, well, what do you need to know? So some of the things that you're going to want to know right away, as soon as humanly possible, you're going to want to look up the complications of diabetes. You need to know about the problems that arise from having diabetes and from having blood sugar outside of normal range. You know, how soon would you be looking for those kinds of effects? And what are the complications with going low frequently? What are the complications with going high frequently? How can you tell when you have those complications? What are the tests that you can run? What can you ask your doctor to do for you? Things like that are all available on Google. You just have to look up for diabetic complications, type 1 diabetic complications. Also, I mentioned earlier about your insulin ratio. That is something you can do on your own if you don't have the money to schedule consultation with a certified diabetes expert in America. Then if you don't have some money or availability for that resource, then you can do it on your own. There's a lot of how-tos and instructional information that you can find online. And if you're in that situation and you still can't find it, just send me a message or something and I'll send you some links, see if I can't help you out some. But those are the top 2 things that you're going to want to find out immediately. Learn that as soon as possible, and then you'll be able to move forward from there. If you have any further questions about what can you look for, what do you need to look for, then just let me know. Now, today's Japanese word is a little bit complicated, so I want to tell you the word for doctor. Now, most of the time, I'll say I don't use this word. I just say sensei, which is a bit ambiguous. You can use it for a teacher or a doctor, or, I mean, we all know from Karate Kid, sensei, right? But it also can be used for doctors. So I just use the word sensei because I remember it really easily, and you can get away with that. But if you want to be more proper, the Japanese word for doctor is actually ishi. Ishi. It's a very simple word, but there is a small problem. If you don't use that exact tone where it starts high and falls low, ishi, ishi, then you might actually start sounding like you're talking about something else. It might sound like you're talking about a rock, ishi, or something weird. So I stick with sensei, and that gets me what I need. But if you really want to know, ishi is doctor. So that's the Japanese word for today. Try to remember, and let me know what you want to hear about next. Do you want me to step back a little bit and go over the more basic stuff about diabetes, or do you want me to keep going the way I have been and focus on the more Japanese-specific aspects of having diabetes in Japan? Thank you always.